Look at the status of Indian Kabaddi in the world of sports. One of the major international tournaments in Kabaddi is the Asian Games. In the year 1982 Asian Games, Kabaddi was included as a demonstration event, and later in 1990 Beijing Asian Games, it was officially recognized as an Asian Games event. If you look at the medal tally, India won the gold medal in Asian Games consecutively for 7 times up to 2014 Incheon, South Korea Asian Games. But in 2018 Jakarta Asian Games, the scenario has changed. Indian men team got only bronze and the women team managed to secure the silver medal. We have to seriously look at it. India has to build the team more strong because countries like Iran and South Korea are progressing very fast. We have to make an introspection in this case. Basics of the game Kabaddi. Before entering into the rules and regulations, we should have some idea about the basics of Kabaddi. Usually, Kabaddi is played in senior, junior, and sub-junior categories in both men and women section. The team who secures maximum point at the end of the game is declared as the winner. The defensive side of the team is called antis and the offense side is called raider side. It changes alternatively. A raid means entering into the opponent's court with cant. Then the question arises, what is cant? A cant means uttering the word Kabaddi in one course of respiration. In match situation, a raider is allowed to stay in opponent's court up to 25 to 30 seconds, and if he exceeds the time or the referee feels that the raider has lost his cant or purposefully delaying the game, he will be declared as cant out and the opponent team will get a point. The details we will be discussed in the coming slides in our rules and regulations of the game. There is a close relationship between yoga and Kabaddi. The first one is both are Indian originated, science or discipline. The yogic techniques are used to control the mind and body for a happy life. Kabaddi requires self-control, concentration and confidence. If you see pranayama and cant in Kabaddi, there is similarity. That is, both requires breath control. Moreover, in sports industry, the requirements of yoga specialists are more. Yoga professionals or yoga teachers are appointed by different professional clubs to enhance the performance of their players. So we can conclude that yoga and sports are interrelated and complementary to each other. The game Kabaddi was played in variety of names in all over the India. As you know, the country lies in the principle of unity in diversity. Like that, Kabaddi is played in different parts of our country in different names, and these are locally based games but very much resemblance to the official game of Kabaddi. Like Hututu in Western India, Hadudu in Eastern India, and in Southern India we call it as Chadugudu, and in Northern India it is sometimes called as Konbanda. In different names but related with the official game Kabaddi. But you should know that the official game Kabaddi has its own rules and regulations, and each rules are well explained and observed. The governing body is Kabaddi Federation of India. The duties of the officials, the conduct of the players, court dimensions, etc. are well illustrated, and we can't make changes from this officially recognized rules. Just like the game is played in different names, there are different forms of Kabaddi is also there. I will just introduce you 3 types of forms of Kabaddi that is commonly practiced in our country. The first one is Amar. In this Amar method of Kabaddi, when a player is touched or got caught, he is termed out, but he does not go out of the court and he stays inside. The point is awarded to the opponent for a touch or a catch. In this type of game, all the 7 players will be in the playing ground up to the end of the match. The second type is Gemini. In this type, when a player got out, there is no revival. When all players of the team are out, the game ends. So there is no time limit in this form of Kabaddi. The third one, the Sanjeevani form of Kabaddi, is played under the Kabaddi Federation of India, and is governed by its rules and regulations. In Sanjeevani form of Kabaddi, one player is revived against one player of the opposite team for each out. The number of players at the beginning is 7, and the number may go down but will not exceed beyond 7. At the end of the match, who secures the maximum point is declared as the winner. Here we come to the end of this presentation about the history of the game Kabaddi. In this presentation, we have discussed about the very basics of Kabaddi and some of the historical aspects also. So, a Kabaddi player requires both physical qualities and mental qualities, and it is a form of sports which is simple and inexpensive. And when we talk of its origin, it has beyond the 4,000 years old history. But recordically, we can see the Kabaddi formed its official nature from the year 1921. A lot of changes are occurring in the game, especially after the introduction of Kabaddi Premier League. Now the game is mostly played in indoor in the synthetic surface area. The introduction of mat, shoes and new techniques has changed the face of the game. Now the game is getting more and more popular. We can say that the Pro Kabaddi has revolutionized this indigenous game. In Pro Kabaddi, there are a lot of rules changed, that also we have discussed. Just like do or die raid, super tackle, super raid, etc. I will try to provide you a video on the do or die raid technique or the rule. We seen the medal tally of India in Asian Games. The 2018 Asian Games, India has a setback. So we have to see carefully and to lift the standard of the game to cope up with the demands of the international arena. So the basics also we have discussed, and how yoga and Kabaddi is related. Yoga, as you know, is a method or technique adopted for the control of body and mind. And in Kabaddi also, we need the self-control. Yoga can be very much complemented to the game Kho-Kho. In the coming slides, we have discussed about the various forms of Kabaddi. So, we come to the conclusion of this session. Hopes that you will get more information about it in your internet and through your friends and social media network. If you have any doubt regarding this, you feel free to email me. Thank you all. Thank you very much.